what I happened to read. And the symposium title was Why I Believe in Immortality. It was attended by 20 most renowned people from diverse profession, diverse interest, and absolute diverse lives. So instead of sharing everybody's opinion about why they felt they believe in immortality, I'll share a few ones which I found interesting. So first of all, I'll share an author, a Nobel Prize winning author's view. Why he believed in immortality is that the author felt that it really takes a whole lifetime to build the character of a noble man. The adventures and disciplines of youth, the struggles and failures and successes, the pain and the pleasures of the maturity, the loneliness and tranquility of the age. He feels that these make up the fire through which we must pass to bring out the pure gold in ourselves. Having been thus perfected, you will definitely meet what fate from maturity or fate from your nature. It sounds annihilation. What infinite waste he feels he writes that I prefer to believe, and he lives on after death, continuing in a larger space in cooperation with his maker, the work he had begun. Then the another important participant was the most renowned deaf and dumb author Helen Keller. You all know, a blind. Being blind and deaf to the material world has helped, she says, helped her in developing awareness to the invisible spiritual world. She writes that I knew my friends not by their physical appearance but by their spirit. Consequently, death does not separate me, she says, from my beloved, my loved ones. As at any moment, she said, she can bring them around, she can feel them around, bring them around to cheer her from her loneliness. Therefore, she says to her, there is no such thing as death in the sense that life has ceased. Now, she says that those with sight so often put their entire trust in what they see. They behave that only material things are real. When a loved one dies and is no longer seen, they love their spirit, their absence, their sense of the unseen is undeveloped. Whereas she says the inner sense of mystic sense, some mystic sense developed so much that she feels them around always. She says, if you will give me the vision of the unseen, as I wander through the dark, I am aware of the encouraging voices that murmur from the spirit realm. She writes that I sense that the holy passion pouring down from the springs of the infinity. And in the mid of every day's air, she says she senses the rules of eternal earth to all things of heaven. Immersed by silence and darkness, she writes that I possess the light which shall give me vision a thousandfold, then the death sets me free. You have another participant, another renowned person. He says that God, when it comes to why he believed in immortality, he says that the God has put within our lives meaning and possibilities in quite outturned the limits of mortality. He said that his interest in personal immortality was not of the keenest order, but his belief grew stronger as he grew older. And when asked why, he said, because I am not getting fit to live. So, the intellectual and spiritual life of man on earth is not a circle rounded and complete, but a parabola that runs out and out for infinity. This earth furnishes to full draught of the cup of life and a sip of love, beauty, character, and truth. And if death end all, the cup is, as it were, ironically withdrawn. He writes, a trustworthy God would not behave like this at all. And that is the reason for why he believed in immortality. Then there's another participant, a very renowned physicist. He writes that many people seem to feel that science has somehow made religious ideas untimely or old-fashioned. But he says he thinks that science is a real surprise for the skeptics. Science, for instance, tells us that nothing in nature, not even the tiniest particle, can disappear without the trace. Nature does not know extinction at all. All it knows, nature only knows transformation. Energy, they say, cannot be destroyed. It changes its form. Now, if God applies this fundamental principle to the most minute and insignificant parts of his universe, doesn't it make sense to assume that he applies it also to the human soul? Everything science has taught, the great physicist taught him and continues to teach him, is strengthened his belief in the continuity of our spiritual existence after death. Nothing disappears without a trace, my friend. Whole lot of people got together. They have firmly agreed that nothing gets destroyed. Neither the body, it mixes with the dust, or nor the soul when it transforms into something else. And therefore, all of them believe that soul is immortal. And it was an interesting read, which is very logical and convincing. And therefore, even I also believe in immortality, my friend. Thank you very much.